Hey everybody, Reach here with another Titanfall Thursday. So today's topic of discussion is grenades, and I'm going to be doing this in the same format as I did with my anti-Titan weapons video, where, I'm just sitting down here in front of my mic, no script whatsoever, so it's just going to be me, you, and my thoughts on, all the grenades in the game. So with that, let's get started. So the first grenade is the good old frag grenade. When you equip this, you get 2 charges, or I guess 2 nades, right? And yeah, that's, they're frag grenades. What else is there more to say about frag grenades? I don't really like, or I don't want to say that I don't like using frag grenades, but I would prefer not to use frag grenades, mainly because I feel like, frag grenades are kind of boring, right? Every standard FPS game usually has a grenade of some sort, and, frag grenades are pretty basic. What's cool about this game, though, is that obviously, right, like I said earlier, you get 2 charges, so, that is pretty cool. But other than that, you can cook it like any other frag, which I think that the cooking of grenades is a pretty cool mechanic. Does it feel a bit cheese at times when you're on the receiving end? Of course, but, frags are frags. You're not going to be killed by these, 24/7. Or at least, I don't know. I haven't been killing a frag in a while, actually. In fact, I actually don't see that many people run frags anymore, which is pretty interesting. I feel like it used to be a lot more common back in the day, but I don't know. I guess people have warmed up to the other ordinances. And, but another cool thing before we, another cool thing I want to talk about before we move on to the next grenade is you can I don't see a lot of people utilizing it, and mainly because this technique isn't really that useful per se, but frag boosting, giving yourself a speed boost with the frag boost explosion. I'm surprised I actually haven't seen more people attempting to use this in clips and stuff, even though honestly it'd be cool to see more frag boost clips. But I guess the main reason why people don't use frag boosts is obviously the toll it takes on your health. And if you mess up, well, then there's the ensuing explosion that will obviously kill you. So there's that. And, a lot of people would rather just use frags to do their job and kill people with. But, people should do more frag boosting. But, that's all I have to say. And so up next, we have arc grenades, and oh boy, yeah, these things can be really annoying when you're piloting your Titan. Being able to stun and blind a Titan is obviously very insane, honestly, when you really think about it, to just have in your pocket, because, that opens up the Titan for probably like an easy battery grab, right? Or having the Titan lose sight of you, which can obviously save your life in many scenarios. It's also a great support tool for when, you want to catch a Titan off guard when they're busy fighting another Titan. So you can be that extra layer of, just being a annoying little, mosquito, right? Just sitting there in the back line. But against pilots, I feel like the arc grenade kind of loses its shine, mainly because, one, there's still, a little delay before the arc grenade goes off. And that delay, there's still plenty of time for a pilot to kill you, so there's that. And if you're gonna throw an arc grenade, why not just keep your weapon out and kill the guy instead? Unless though you're about to round a corner and you want to clear it first, then you could do that. But you could also just do that with just like a frag grenade, or a grav star, or a fire star, or an electric smoke, or a satchel, or literally any other grenade you can use out to clear out a room. But yeah, arc grenades though, not bad. It's just something that, compared to the other options here, I just wouldn't use. Yeah. Okay, so up next is the Firestar. Probably, if I honestly had to say, the Firestar is probably the most, it's probably the most popular, mainly because, one, it's a Firestar. That concept of throwing something like that is just cool. And 2, I mean, for the average person, this is pretty useful in many scenarios. So you've got area denial when it sticks to a surface. If you stick it to a pilot, that is a instant kill. And if you hit a Titan right in the cockpit, you can actually, it pretty much blinds them. And you also get a lot of free damage as well. And if if a Titan does want to put that out early, they'll have to waste an electric smoke on it. So there's that as well. And it's a pretty good ordnance. Although I feel like sometimes though it's definitely a little, I don't know, overused. I don't think it's really as great as many people say it is, but it is certainly flexible, I will say. So it's pretty all right. It's pretty cool. All right, and up next is the Gravity Star, and I'm gonna be honest. My favorite ordnance used to be the Satchel, but the Gravity Star is quickly becoming, or honestly, it is my favorite. I'm gonna say it right now. The Gravity Star is my favorite ordnance. And that's mainly because, the concept of the Grav Star is pretty cool. Being able to pull in enemies for easy kills, and also arcing projectiles, I think it's pretty cool too. A cool mechanic that I don't see people use too often in the Grav Star is, it's a Gravity Star, right? So you throw this at a pilot who's about to eject from their Titan, and boom, you've got an easy kill. And, it's also pretty cool to see a pilot blow themselves up with a nuclear eject, because the Gravity Star, just forces them to sit there and eat it, which is honestly so funny to pull off. There's also, the aspect of catching multiple enemies, and also grav boosting, the very safer alternative to frag boosting, because one is, there's not an actual huge detriment to your health, and two, the timing of the Grav Star is a lot easier to get down than the frag, and there's less risk of failing. There's also the projectile bending aspect. In certain scenarios, this can be a detriment, especially if you're running a projectile weapon yourself, but with some quick thinking, if somebody's shooting at you with like an L-Star and you're about to die, quickly throw that at the ground, and then chances are the L-Star shots are going to get sucked into the Grav Star and they won't hit you. So who knows? That could save your life at one point. But next we've got the electric smoke. Is basically identical to what Titans use, right, for their electric smoke. Very good area denial tool. Does decent damage as well, especially if you catch a Titan in a enclosed area. You can also, block off escape routes, block routes from, being entered, in the first place. And honestly, I think a lot of people kind of underestimate the value of the electric smoke, because it is definitely not the flashiest ordnance in the world. And in fact, you might not even be able to feel the effects of it too often, or at least, sometimes you won't see the inherent value of it at first. But I feel like, it's not a bad choice when it comes to ordnance. And there's also the cool extra tidbit where if you're running any like thermal scopes or anything, any threat scopes, you can use that. You can use the smoke as cover, right, to shoot your enemies through. So that's pretty cool. Although very niche, and I actually did try to do that for a video once, but let me tell you, getting set up in a position to throw down the smoke and try to shoot somebody through it is actually a lot harder than you would expect it to be. So there's that. And finally, we have the Satchel. Before I discovered the power of the Grav Star, the Satchel was definitely my favorite out of the ordnances. Like the frag grenades, it comes with 2 charges, and these are heavy explosives, which, if you didn't know, if you throw Satchel charges at Titans, you do a lot of damage. Like a lot, man. But yeah, Satchels are very good when you run it alongside something like the Thunderbolt, where, it's very easy to run out of ammo with the Thunderbolt, right? And so with the Satchel charges, though, as long as you are alive, you will always have like a decent damage tool to damage Titans with, right? But, other than the Titan killing aspect, people usually see Satchels as just, worse frag grenades, because like frag grenades, there's a delay, because you have to manually activate the Satchel. And, when you have the Satchel in your hand, you can't really do anything. So, that's also a detriment. But don't get me wrong, satchels will still do the job, that a frag grenade does, like killing out minions and killing pilots. It's just that, you have to be a little more slow with it. I think a lot of people also tend to see satchel charges as like a try-hard kind of ordnance, mainly because of the Titan killing aspect. But, I think it's cool that there's an ordnance that can do the job of killing Titans, so, I don't really mind it. So now we're at the end. If I had to organize these into like my most favorite to my least favorite, it would probably go down like this. Let's see, Grav Star, Satchel, Electric Smoke, Frag Grenades, Fire Star, and Arc Grenades. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, yada yada. Join the Discord if you want, and we also have memberships on YouTube, yada yada. But with that, I'm gonna call it a night. I guess it's I don't know. It's probably not nighttime for you guys, but I'm gonna call it a day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.